Hello, hello, welcome to Mindset to Results. Today, our guest is Eran Zimrin. He is the founder and the CEO of organization which is called ELI, that stands for Israel Association for Child Protection. And today we will learn from Eran about his amazing journey which he did, transmission from having business and then to become CEO of a non-profit organization and helping children who really need this help. Hi, Eran.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Small correction, please. I'm not the founder. My mother found the organization.
Yes, so you are co-founder then and
Yes,
CEO of Eli organization. So tell
yes.
us, please, your story, like how this happened, and you do what you do, and you have so much passion to help children who really need this support.
Well, actually, it all started with my mother. As I just said, she is the founder of ELID, the Israel Association for Child Protection, since 1979. It all started with her as she started her doctoral work. She was looking for a topic to research. She was actually the first doctoral student in Israel for in the welfare. Uh, so this is interesting by itself. And she was looking for a topic, and a personal doctor position suggested that you will try to look for families where they are not treating the children in a correct way. Uh, and she actually received a number of families from a personal position, and she went there and with questions and tried to see what is happening within these families. These were actually families where child abuse took place, and she was trying to find out how she can help those families. We're talking about child abuse, speaking about physical abuse, sexual, emotional, and neglect. She found out that she can do something about it, and there are ways where she can treat those victims with their families. After her work was finished, she took the results, tried to go with it to different ministries, office, offices, sh- um, and actually in the government, in the Israeli government at the time, we're talking about the late 70s, she was literally thrown out down the stairs. No one believed her. Everybody says that she was inventing stuff. The Jewish mother, it's not possible that she is hurting her children. They said that she had a dirty mind, and such things cannot happen in Israel. It's
Mm-hmm.
not possible.
Mm-hmm.
So she came back home and started to work on her own, started to treat families. She created the first hotline at home and just started to work. Later on, my father, who was an architect, stepped in also and help her to get the first employees, the first therapists to work with her. And throughout the years, she managed to grow more and more till today. After she passed away, I stepped in actually, and we are dealing with the victims, the perpetrators, the parents. Some of them can be the abusers, the grandparents who can be the source of the problem, siblings which can be involved or not involved. And unlike other social problems, the people who are involved in child abuse are not seeking for help. The parents themselves are afraid, ashamed, or they feel that they are right. The children are afraid, of course. They feel guilty and they are afraid to come back home and get punished for talking. We have 80% of success that we measure. We are working with all segments of populations in Israel, seculars, ultra-Orthodox, Arabs, Russians, Ethiopians, soldiers, kibbutzim. We are receiving people who are coming from the welfare ministry and local authorities. We have the hotline. During the last year, we received 11,000 referrals from the hotline. We have neighbors calling us, school advisors, the courts are coming to us with cases trying to find out what happened within the families that they are trying to do justice in court. Most of the work is one-on-one therapy. During the last year, we had 24,000 therapy hours in LA, one-on-one therapy. This is the kind of work that we do, and we are spread around all over Israel geographically.
So you now not only operating in Israel, but also in other countries.
Mainly in Israel. The professional work is being done mainly in Israel. We are working with Jewish communities in the States, for example, but most of the work is being done in Israel.
Yes, so it is different now than how it was before when your mother just initiated and was looking for help. Does anybody support your activity? Because it is, as you said, thousands of hours and there should be therapists working. How do you find the resources to continue helping children and families?
First of all, there is the state, the government, the Israeli government. At the beginning, there was nothing at all. Throughout the years, they recognized more and more and help us more and more, even though even today, the help have to do mainly with sexual abuse with minors. We are receiving fees for services from the government, and we are operating centers on behalf of the government dealing with sexual abuse, especially within the families, where the challenge is, the main challenge is where we are not receiving help from the government as we are talking about other forms of violence, physical, emotional, and neglect. The state of Israel is involved, but not as much, because sexual abuse is more on the table today. We have of course, the Me Too things that started a few years ago. Today, we believe you. It's more in the open. It's more easy to speak about it. But when we're talking about emotional abuse within the family, it's very hard to discover it. And this is where a main challenge lies.
Yes, so what measures do you take to let people reveal what is going on? As you said that families don't want to speak about, children are afraid. So what are the ways to encourage children to open, yes, and tell what is going on and seek for help?
Okay. The main thing that we do in order to initiate and discover child abuse within the families is the school-based prevention and awareness program that we run in Israel, where we have different kind of plays. With smaller children, we are talking about the body boundaries. With the older children, we are talking about safe use of the internet and things like that. Just for example, just a few days ago, we had a child, a 6-year-old child, sitting in a play, raising his hand during the play, in, at the time that the actor was asking the children to step in, and he was asking whether it is also not allowed to touch the private parts when we're talking about the parents, to touch the private parts of the parent. So you can understand that there was a very big problem within this family. Or for another something is like when the play end, the actor always stand outside the class or in the class, and everybody can see that she is vacant. And the small girl approached her and just said 4 words, 4 words. My grandfather touched me there. That's it. Just imagine how much courage does she need in order to say those words.
Yeah, so this is how it is like in game or like not direct, but like you can see this
Of course,
situation
we
in.
are talking with the children about the most complex topics in an accessible way.
Yes.
And we are teaching them for a few simple rules. With the smaller children, for example, we are teaching them to cry for help whenever something wrong is happening. And we are also teaching them to go to, to the mother or to the father whenever they are not certain about something which is happening with the uncle or whoever. And we
Yes.
are also practicing how to cry for help.
Yeah, that is very really very helpful. So children know what is right, what is wrong, right? Because
Yes.
they may not even know what is wrong, right? And
Yes. For example, if two children are playing a doctor and a patient, and they want to touch each other, okay, during the play, they decided that this is something that they allow each other. So we explain that there are things that one do not do.
yes, it means that their parents don't teach them this,
Yes,
right?
there
So
are
it is already a question.
yes, body boundaries.
Yes, yes, very good. So when it is discovered about certain families, what is the next step to change the situation in their home?
There is always the next step. There's always more to do within what we are doing because there are always more children that we need to discover, to find, and there are other phenomena that need to be dealt with. For example, we are trying to do things where the government is not doing enough to go into new areas. For example, during the last few years, we have stepped into a new field where we are talking about children who self-harm without suicidal intentions. This is something which is not dealt enough here in Israel. So this is something new that we teach ourselves, the therapists in LE, and now we are dealing with it as well.
So what did you find? What are the reasons that children go to that stage that they want to harm themselves?
Well, first of all, those children within these families grow up as they know only their own parental model. They only know one parental model, the one that they grew up through. And this is this is the parental model that they exercise themselves as they grow up. And we are trying to teach them that there are other ways to work with the children. This is something that we do with them. And the therapy itself, it's a whole it's a big something that the therapist learn and know how to do.
Mm-hmm. So, do children harm themselves because they already were abused and they suffered from parents or other people who were harming them, and then they just continue harming themselves? So, what is the reason why they would harm themselves? What is the
Well,
biggest problem?
the reason are so they can vary very much. It can be something that they grew up through, that they think that they are not good enough, that they are too fat, they don't look nice enough, they don't have friends. Other emotional problems where they just don't like themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be something that a trigger, that something that they see on the television,
Mm-hmm.
things that it can happen. And this is actually what we're trying to reveal during the therapy process.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do such a great job in the community. And how many children did you help during all these years? Interesting statistic, since your mother started this foundation.
Well, I'm not sure actually what is the number. I do know that we are treating thousands of children every year. So you can figure out as we are already working for the last 47 years. So the number is quite big, I guess.
Yeah, amazing,
We,
amazing.
yes, we had actually we had recently, for example, a grandmother who came to Eli. She was treated in Eli 30 or 40 years ago. And now she came back to Eli because suddenly she could not touch her grandchildren. She understood that something is wrong. So she came back as a grandmother, and actually she came back to the same therapist
Mm-hmm.
who was working with her 30 or 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this like generational. Yes, so many things we can see like it is it's coming in genes. Yes, from generation to generation, some patterns of behavior.
Yes, this is something that we're doing, and we actually trying uh, to stop the intergenerational cycle of abuse. This is something very important for us as we are teaching two parental models that can be used.
Mm-hmm. Yes, your mother, really a legend who started this movement, yes, and this kind of organization. And we can just think how many children got saved.
Yes, she
And
started, she controlled the narrative.
mhm.
She is the story of the organization, of course.
Yes, and you continue this amazing job. So it is a very legendary work, and it takes so much responsibility. Yes, like and uh, understanding that if not me, who? Yeah, because most people think that yes, this is the problem, but somebody else will solve it. Government will solve, or somebody else. But your mother just understood that it is her who has to start this, yes, and now you also continue because you see that
Yes, we're just doing.
yes, just do it. Yes, do it and to help. Really want to acknowledge what you do, and thank you so much. So this podcast, people listen, entrepreneurs listen. So maybe you would like to say message. What message would be that you would like people to hear, maybe to know how to support your organization?
Of course, if you'd like to help us, you can find us by looking for American Friends of Eli, ELI. And of course, we'd love to have any kind of supports. We need it. This is the way that we are making our budget coming through and preparing new programs.
Yes, thank you so much. And what else you think important is for people to know? Because as you said, many all this, like I would say, crime, yes, is kept in silence. So people who listen to us, maybe they can also be observant, yes, and just see like different signs when they see children speaking or parents speaking. Yes, like because it is like when all people, a community, will start looking at different signs and see how they can help situation, how they can help children via which are so like helpless, yes, because they depend on parents and they can be in very vulnerable situation.
Usually there is always actually a big secret around everything that we do. When we're talking about child abuse, sexual, emotional, whatever, there is always a secret. And the main thing that you can do, whether you are involved or you just witness something, or you know that there is something or you suspect, the main thing that you can do is to speak to someone. Just speak and turn in the secret, talk with the advisor at school, the manager, someone from the local community, whoever, and then help will arrive.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so just yes, to reach out to help, not to be alone, not to be afraid, and yes, look for
Talk to
help.
someone that you trust.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very good solution. Yes, anything else, Ren, before we wrap up this episode? Anything that you think is important for people to know?
Uh, well, for everyone, as I just mentioned, talk to somebody. And for the community, I would like to have as much professional knowledge to the educator, try to seek for tools to adopt in order to take care of the children that you're responsible for. And look around, open your eyes, open your ears, and talk.
Yes, thank you so much, Iran, for amazing job that you do, and I wish you success and many support from also listeners who would like to help you with your job and many people to be saved through your organization and your activity.
Thank you very much, Elena.